What's up, guys? Nerdy Jersey here, back with Aaron Chase Furman. What did you do today?
I got top 32 at YCS Raleigh, North Carolina with pure Runick.
Pure Runick. What does that do?
It plays no monsters and a lot of trap cards. Yep, a lot of continuous traps. So I just want to give out shouts before. Shout out to JRB Jobber, my team. Shout out to Asala Malad, Jake Feeney, and Nashad for getting me the cards for the tournament very last minute. And then shout outs to Alex Janeha and Christian Urena for giving me the initial deck list. So I'm gonna just get into the deck profile. I played Runick Stun basically. I thought it was a really good choice for the event. It has a pretty good fire matchup, as well as I didn't feel like really learning fire combos every week, new fire combos every week, literally. And then there's just like, I just felt like this deck was just a very good choice for the event as well. So I played 0 monsters, so I'm going to start off with the trap cards because I feel like most of the Runick cards are just the same in every deck. 3 Skill Drain, 3 Synchro Zone, 3 Tyrant's Tirade, 1 Rivalry of Warlords. I'm going to put Dimensional Fissure there as well for like the kind of floodgate cards there. Fissure was very good. I only want to play 1 of because last week I played 2 and there was times where I just get through the game, I draw a second. But this card's really good against all the fire decks. Rivalry of Warlords. I didn't play Gozen match, or there can be only 1 because those cards are also not that great in the format right now, whereas Rivalry actually is a blowout against most decks. 3 Tyrant's Tirade. This card was really, really good. For this card, it requires you to tribute 2 monsters on your side of the field, and then neither player can activate monster effects from the hand or on the field. So it protects you from Ash Blossom and cards like Draw and Lockbird as well. This is also very good because it matches very well with Hugin for destruction effects, because Hugin does not activate, so you can still use it to protect this card. 3 Synchro Zones and 3 Skill Drains. These were probably the main ones. Like, I just wanted to see one of these in general to even kind of shut my opponent off, and then the Synchro Zone was just kind of the backup instead of me wasting Runick monsters to protect myself through attacks. Synchro Zone, I was a little worried that it might have gotten worse because now everyone's doing Dispouter Omega plays. So I would have to use Runick spells to protect my life points, but once you kind of just get one of these on the field, you can just flashing fire away like 1 every turn usually. So yeah, these are kind of just the main support for the Runick cards. I would say these are the problems these are the problem cards of the deck for against fire. For Tyrant's Tirade, how you kind of line it up to make this card live is you use any Runick quick play spell to summon Sleipnir before their draw phase, and once they draw for turn, Sleipnir will activate to special summon a token. Then you contribute Sleipnir or the token. If you're worried about infinite impermanence, you can kind of wait. If you know they're playing fire, they usually search very fast or very early, so you can just chain a Runick spell to their search and then summon a token, so you can play around infinite impermanence and just Tyrant's Tirade them. Yeah, but overall this card was like just as good as Skill Drain, if not better in some cases. Protecting me from Ash Blossom was really important because usually they save Ash for the fountain. Onto the spells. Time Tearing Morganite. It's a 1 of. I sided out most times. I went second against the Fire Pure Snake Eye deck because when they rip cards, you just want all your cards to be able to do anything. You can't really stop them from taking cards from your hand. 1 Day Peace, really good. 3 Pod Duality, 3 Desires. There was only 1 time in the tournament where I banished both my Runick Fountains with Pod Desires. So this card was really good overall in general. Overall, Pod Duality conflicted with most of the Runick quick play spells. Special Summoning is pretty important in this deck, especially when you play into certain games where like they try destroying stuff like the Fire King deck or Promethean Princess being able to destroy, where you want Hugin to protect. So I usually, my side pattern was like 2 of these most of the time, which like is very unfortunate that like I played this card and sided out almost every time. And then maybe 1 Desires. If I'm going second, I'll usually keep all 3 Desires in. Card Demise, pretty good, but it does have the same confliction as Pod Duality, where I can't special summon, so I have to like decide on either special summoning or using that. It conflicts a lot when you have to summon Hugin in draw phase to search for Runick Fountain. 1 Terraforming, 2 Runick Fountain, 3 Tip. This card usually just always searches me Runick Fountain if I don't have it already. I just want to prioritize Runick Fountain as much as possible. I don't want to have to use a Runick Quick Play spell to special summon Hugin to be able to get like hit by cards like Mourner, Ash Blossom, Infinite Permanence, where I could just like potentially use 1 card to get hit by Ash Blossom, or like just let the Fountain stay on field and get hit by Ash Blossom. Then I play 3 Runick Destruction, 3 Curses, 3 Flashing Fire, 3 Slumber. This is just staple. Runick's Smiting Storm and Golden Droplets. These are just to help my opponent deck out faster. There are also other names which can help with your special summonings when you're trying to stay alive. It's just nice to have more names, or like even once you get kind of like the lockdown of the floodgates, like 1 or 2 of them in, it's just better to speed up the milling, so like the draw you give them is like not that big a deal. This card is also up to the amount of cards they control, so this can actually be activated. If they have 5 cards, you can activate it, and like if they have 3 cards left in the deck, it just mills them to 3 and you can pass. So it's kind of just a quick and easy like out to decking them, whereas like these you kind of have to like calculate perfectly, or you might have to give them an extra turn. So it's 40 cards in the main. I didn't really want to play like Upstart or more like searching cards, just because Drone Locker was very popular. Like I was considering Into the Void as well. No Amano, because I didn't feel like it was as good as this format, because now that people are not putting up Omni Negates in the Fire deck, like Baron or Warlord, you don't really need that extra negation of the deck. Whereas like them just ripping cards from the hand, like you can't really do anything about it anyway. And if you summon a motto, you can't really use Hugin unless you like Hugin first and then summon a motto. But there's nothing I really want to summon a motto and try and negate except Voiceless. I didn't feel like Voiceless is that bad of a matchup if you open up one of your initial floodgates. For the extra deck, probably should have changed it a little bit, but it was 3 Hugin, 3 Jerry, 3 Freki, 3 Munin, 2 Sleipnir, and 1 Typhon. This card only came up once, and I still chose not to summon it. It just was kind of necessary, but it probably just needs to be played. I probably should have played SP Little Knight, but my testing from the Los Angeles Regional last week, I definitely can go through 3 of these. I can go through 3 of these. I can go through 3 of these. Munin, I just wanted 3 just in case, because it works live under Skill Drain. But this probably could have been an SP Little Knight for sure. This is the only card I did not summon 3 of throughout the weekend. Sleipnir did come up for a third. It kind of just kept getting negated when I tried using it to block attacks and like summon it back. But yeah, most of my losses, I went 9-1 in, I went 9-2 in Swiss, then lost in top 32. All my losses could have been prevented if I just played better, I would say. They were all mistakes on my end as well, but the deck really overperformed. Not too many people know what certain fusions do, so like that also helped like yeah, like my round 3 opponent didn't know what Hugin did, and then he just feather stormed me, and I just special Hugin. For the side, I just copied the player who got top 16 at Guadalajara. He played a very similar deck. He's the one who actually had Tyrant Siren in his deck, and I took that from it. I think his deck was very well built and well thought out. I think Tyrant Siren was a very good card and a card choice, so his side deck was also very well thought out. 3 Grave of the Super Angel Organism, 3 Curse Seal of the Furman spell, 3 Artifact Lancia, 3 Emergency Provision, and 3 Ghost Spell. So last week at the Los Angeles Regional, I played cards like Iron Thunder and Solemn Judgment, where kind of just stopped the spell and trap cards that would, or the spell cards that would destroy or remove my floodgates, and giving up half your life points and them being able to just have a second, because how you kind of play against this deck is you save multiple copies of them to kind of just keep baiting out my negations. But for Curse Seal, I was just able to shut down cards like Cosmic Cyclone or Lightning Storm, to where if they draw multiples, it doesn't matter. Same with like Twin Twister. There's other cards that I was able to negate, like the Flundery's Continuous Spell. So this card was really good. It definitely overperformed. Grave Super Angel Organism was for mainly for branded. Yeah, I guess you can also play it in voiceless as well. I only played 1 voiceless throughout the tournament. Artifact Lancia, this card I thought was going to be very good versus Cosmic Cyclone, where it actually wasn't that good against Cosmic Cyclone, and it kind of conflicted with my Runick spells. I never really got to use on Cosmic Cyclone, but I did get to use it on Cyframe Omega, so instead of losing 2 cards from my hand, I only lost 1, so that was actually pretty good. And if I would play a mirror, I'd probably side this card as well. Side this card in as well.